There was a slight upset in terms of seeding that occurred in the NCAA tournament for Division One women's basketball. It goes as follows. I apologize for looking it up because I cannot memorize all this stuff. 8 seed Iowa State lost to 9 seed Syracuse, 72-63, and was Syracuse without their point guard. And the next game for Syracuse, by the way, will be UConn. I'm sorry, but that's going to be a very tough game on Monday. And Iowa State ends their season 22-10, and Syracuse is 24-8 overall. But first things first on Iowa State. Let's not overhype them going into next year, both nationally and Big 12, please. Back-to-back years, they were preseason top 15. They're going to finish unranked. And in the Big 12, they were preseason second for the last 2 years, and they finished seventh. I really don't think they deserve the hype, even though Audie Crooks may be a great player on offense, but she is a terrible defender. And it goes to show if you have one player stepping up nearly all the time in offense and you don't have anybody else around her, you're not going to win a lot of games in the NCAA tournament. And you could just tell by the stats too. And this is not to dog on Iowa State, but ever since they made the Sweet 16 in the 21-22 season, they have gone worse. I mean, 2022, 2023, round of 64. And I know the first year of Audie Crooks, they made it to the round of 32. And they pushed Stanford to overtime, but lost. But the last 2 years under with Audie Crooks, round of 64 exits. There's clearly bigger issues than just Audie Crooks on defense, as you can tell. And this is like completes year 30 for Bill Finley for Iowa State. I don't know about him being fired. I think it's more like he's going to have to be forced to retire situation. I'm just saying, these preseason expectations, and they're not going anywhere with those expectations, despite what they got, is not helping at all, to say the least. So Syracuse was up 41-26 at halftime, and Syracuse even scored 30 points in the second quarter. Syracuse did score 31 points the rest of the game in the second half, while Iowa State scored 37 as well. But there's more to the game than that. I'm definitely going to go with the stats for the game. It's just, do I really need to go over the last minute of the game? And you know what's funny is when Audie Crooks said, oh, we're going to be a monster, a bigger monster in March after that first loss to Baylor. Guess what, Audie? You didn't even make to the round of 32 again. I'm just saying, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. And maybe that should be a lesson for her in Iowa State. And I don't know how Iowa State fans feel about Bill Finley at this point, but I think his time at Iowa State is going to come to an end eventually. Is he going to retire first, or Iowa State's going to force him out? Or, force him out not on his terms? Or will Bill Finley stay and just retire whenever he wants? I don't know what they're going to do. But that certainly is a tricky situation right there, I would say. And it's not like the Big 12 is some amazing conference. Yes, TCU has been good these last 2 years, but I don't know about how good they're going to be next year. And I know Baylor's taking a dip after Kim Mulkey, but the truth is they're either going to take a dip because it's hard to replace legends in the game of college women's basketball as a coach, or any sport in general. But they're still staying relevant. I mean, they were just literally one game away from winning the Big 12. I'm just being honest, or even 2 games. And I don't think Texas Tech is going to be as good next year. Now, West Virginia, I think they're going to be good. It's just they're losing a few key pieces. But so you get the point. And the Big 12 has a lot of parity anyway. It's very competitive. But it's not like top 10 squad, in my opinion. Or top 5. Any top 5 teams for sure. Top 10, I don't know. So you get the point. And eventually I do think the luck is going to run out for TCU anyway with Mark Campbell finding a first-round pick for 3 straight years, especially on the same level as Olivia Miles. I don't think that's going to happen, personally. I just don't. They're not going to find another player like her. Or let alone back-to-back players like Olivia Miles and Haley Van Lith. So, enough about the Big 12 as a whole. You get the picture. So, no matter, even if Iowa State does move on from the head coach, it's going to be hard to replace a long-time head coach. I just don't know if he's up to the challenge of this day and age with transfer portal and NIL. I don't know if he is. So, okay. Anyway, Uche Izoje, Izoje, around 58 seconds left for Syracuse, missed a turnaround jump shot. Addie Brown got the defensive board, around 54 seconds left, and Kinsey Hare missed a 3 around 47 seconds left. Jerry Williams got the offensive board, then she missed a layup around 41 seconds left, and Kinsey Hare, after Layla Fila from Syracuse got the defensive rebound, Syracuse did call timeout, then there was like a foul. A foul, then a timeout, and then another foul by Evangelia Polk, Evangelia. And then, obviously, Sophie Burrows went to the line for Syracuse and made both free throws to make it 70-63. At that point, Iowa State did call timeout. Kinsey Hare missed a 3 around 34 seconds left. And Sophie Burrows got the defensive board, and a foul was called on Ariana Jackson. Sophie Burrows once again goes to the line and makes both free throws, make it 72-63. Iowa State did call a timeout. And obviously, Audie Crooks turned the ball over around 24 seconds left, which was stolen by Layla Filia. And around 23 seconds left, Kinsey Hare fouled, and Layla Filia from Syracuse missed both free throws. And then Journey Houston got the offensive board for Syracuse, and they decided just to run out the clock and not to do any more damage on offense in terms of points. And Iowa State didn't want to foul either. The game was out of reach. So the shot clock violation did occur, and Iowa State got the ball inbounded, and that's it. Like I said, the next game for Syracuse is going to be against UConn. That's going to be a very tough challenge, to say the least. And Iowa State shot 39% from the field on 67 attempts, 14% on threes on 22 attempts. When you live and die by the 3, it could really help you or really hurt you. Clearly hurt you in this game. 57% on free throws on 14 attempts. Usually Iowa State teams shoot good on free throws. They didn't in this game, obviously. 41 rebounds. 10 of those offensive. 18 assists. 10 turnovers. 4 steals, 1 block, 15 fouls, only 2 points off the bench, which was by Reese Beatty, and 2 double-digit scores. I mean, Jada Williams had 14 points though. She was like 5 for 13 from the field, 2 for 5 on threes, 2 for 4 on free throws. And Audie Crooks had 37 points and was very efficient. I mean, 17 for 25 from the field, 3 for 6 on free throws. But it just goes to show you, like I said earlier, you could have a player that could go off, but you got to have other players around him to help Audie Crooks out. And even Addie Brown, nobody scored 6 more points this game for Iowa State. And Addie Brown was shut down. She had 5 points in this game. And also, Kinsey Hare did not get a single bucket, but she's not like a double-digit scorer, 6.2 points per game. But you get the point. And Ariana Jackson is closer to 7 points per game. She only had 5. So you get the point. Now, Syracuse had 15 bench points, which was by Olivia Schmidt, and 4 double-digit scores. So they combined for 15 points from Olivia Schmidt. There's obviously Uche from Syracuse had 23 points. Sophie Burrows had 14 points, though inefficient, 3 for 15 from the field, 2 for 8 on threes, but made all 6 free throws and had near double-double with 9 rebounds as well. And Layla Ophelia had 18 points on 8 for 17 shooting, 2 for 5 on threes, 0 for 2 on free throws. So that's 32 plus 23, that's 55. 32, that's 55 plus 15, that's 70 points right there. And nobody scored 6 more points this game for Syracuse. I mean, the only other player that scored was Madeline Potts with 2. I'm just saying, Journey Thompson did not score a single point in this game, but she had 13 rebounds. 13. Very impressive. They shot 41% from the field on 68 attempts, 36% on threes on 25 attempts, 70% on free throws on 10 attempts. 41 rebounds, 9 of those offensive. So exact same number of rebounds, but 1 less offensive rebound. 15 assists, 9 turnovers, 8 steals, 5 blocks, and 16 fouls. And this was without their starting point guard. Remember that. So that makes it even more impressive. Now, I'm going to go to the points out turnovers, points in the paint, fast break points as well. Now, points out turnovers did favor Syracuse 11-7. Fast break points favor Syracuse as well, 4-3. Of course, points in the paint did favor Iowa State in this game, 42-10. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with Iowa State in the offseason. And I would really hope they just don't overhype them again for the 3rd straight year. Clearly, they can't handle high expectations. So don't give it to them. Make them unranked to begin the season here for next year. I don't care on the returning production and all that. Until they prove otherwise, they're not a top 25 squad. And they don't deserve to be not even top 4 in the Big 12 preseason wise. I don't care what the other production shows otherwise. You don't need to put them that high. They can't handle it. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later on the road to 800 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. Some remind this course live video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithms. Some more people see it, and the video does help as well. Some more people could watch, and if you're watching and subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.